Welcome to another episode of Community Association Car Chat with David and Steve. We're here chatting with Community Association multifamily living industry professionals and experts. Steve and I are both glad to be here working for JGS Insurance, a broker licensed in 50 states. We are here to help you fix your community association, multifamily, high-rise building insurance issues. And we're glad to have a special guest today. Steve, take it away.
Well, thank you for the introduction, David. My name is Steve Roderick with JGS Insurance. You guys know me by now. And today, we're very happy to bring over Colm from Precision Power Wash. Colm, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey folks, it's Colm here. How are you, lads? Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. It's much appreciated. And the vote of confidence that you give to all of your vendors coming in here and sharing their nuggets and their words of wisdoms for everybody, no matter what part of life you're in. You never know, a nugget here, a nugget there, all adds up to a bar of gold, believe it or not. So listen, in my little world here, we're celebrating 29 years in the power washing business. I'm blessed to have a couple of other companies. One thing I will say, I'm not from here, believe it or not. You probably tell by the accent. I'm from Ireland. And one thing about America, I will say, lads, if you put your hours in, it's good to you. A little bit about the power washing business. It's awesome, and more awesome than that now. It's a clean business. Let's put it that way.
Since you're talking about the power washing business, let me ask you a question about your journey. How did you get into power washing?
So, believe it or not, when I first came to America in '87, I was a young fella now. I'll be 50 this year in November. I was working at a car wash, and no one was cleaning the insides of cars. I started doing the inside of cars, and then there was wire wheels back in the 80s, especially if anyone knows an 88 Cutlass had the wire wheels.
Oh yeah.
I ended up buying a power washer for one of those to get the detailing done, and it started from there. People would ask me to wash their deck, the house, the concrete. Back in the day, there was a thermal fax paper is what people used to use, and the yellow pages. But believe it or not, that's how people advertised. And I landed a job out of Toms River, but it was a big contract for New Jersey Transit. So we had a great 10-year run with New Jersey Transit, washing all the train stations and taking the trash out. And that was really fleet washing late at night and just a hustle.
How did you transition from, say, New Jersey Transit, that big project? How did you find yourself working in community associations or multifamily living?
One of my big competitions in the washing world sent that nugget over to me unbeknownst to himself. He said, the property management companies are where you need to be. So I started knocking on a few doors. I did some lunch and learns, were a great, educating everybody about cleaning and the proper way to do it. And we have some big commercial clients that we deal with, and just slow and steady, after 29 years, we're dependable. And that's one thing that we have drilled in and preach all the time is, listen, it's dependability. Just getting someone to show up on time these days is amazing. Why
is multifamily a good segment for precision power washing?
It's steady business. Let's say with residential, people might wash their houses once every 5 years with our process. But in the multifamily world, in the apartment world, we do gutter cleaning, not just exterior cleaning. So they're twice a year. It's steady, repeat, tasty business is the best way to describe it. And there's not a lack of it.
So let's say another vendor, a contractor of some sort. Do you have any advice for them to get into this world of community associations, to get that tasty business?
You have to have the right insurance. To be honest with you, our GL we have a $5 million umbrella on that. We were just delighted to pick that up. That was pricey, but we own lifts and everything else. So having the right credentials is the big thing. And it starts off with that insurance, the workman's comp, the right stuff that you need. Join an organization and get to the trade show.
What does your perfect customer look like as far as the scope of business, like the size of it?
We do parking garages, 1 million square feet in one weekend. We'd have maybe 15 machines running, those John Deere gators up and down, sweepers in there. So that could be a massive. We do airport runways, everyday graffiti removal. Overall, like an ideal customer for me is someone living and breathing, and it's got some doors that we can clean and some gutters.
What would be the one lesson in 10 seconds or less that you learned the hard way?
If you're going to get involved in this show, not that I learned it the hard way, I suppose, is just be ready and deliver and follow up.
For our viewers out there, tell us something about yourself that they may not expect or may not know. Even maybe some people that do know you. How about something that they wouldn't guess about you? Something personal.
I take flying lessons. I'm studying to be a pilot.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, so I've got about maybe 52 hours under my belt, and I'm hoping to have my pilot's license by the time I'm 50. And then by the end of my 50th birthday, I'm going to be flying a jet across to Ireland. I want to get in and learn and just have the experience of touching down in Ireland.
I'm going to jump into a fun section here, Colm, with a little rapid fire for you. Name a word your kids use regularly, but you don't know the meaning.
TikTok.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Dependable, fair, loving.
Did you ever eat at Chick-fil-A?
Once.
Are you an e-reader or a page turner?
I'd be a page turner.
What celebrity do you look like?
None, just myself.
Last charity you donated to?
The Figuedo household that milks me out every day of the week.
Ever been in a fist fight?
No.
What's your kryptonite?
I'll tell you what it is. If I catch a movie that's starting, if I'm flicking through the channels and I start, the line comes on and goes, I'll stop what I'm doing and watch it.
What's your perfect cheat meal?
Oh, I have a hangover meal. It's
Very
fish
nice.
fillet and a Big Mac and a strawberry milkshake.
Oh, gut bomb. That is a gut bomb.
No, it's great. Steve, next time you're hungover, babe, you go try that. And I know you will. You're like, listen, you're going to go, you know what? Let me just go get that fish fillet and a Big Mac and a strawberry milkshake. Yep.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Tough question. What accent is the hardest to understand? French, Irish, or North Jersey?
I think the French accent would win that one.
All right, so let's change gears a little bit here. I got another fun one for you, Colm. Do you happen to have a piece of paper and a pen or a marker in your vehicle? Oh,
Yep.
Oh, all right. So, if you'd be so kind, doesn't matter how artistic you were. We're going to give you 15 seconds. Draw a rocket ship.
You too, Steve. Draw a rocket ship.
A rocket ship? Okay.
There's mine going through the sky like a plane. Two clouds. But if you want to lift off, just go like that. Going through space.
All
Lift
right.
off. You ready for lift off?
Ready.
That's a fabulous rocket ship you drew for us, sir. How about you pull out another piece of paper and draw us a picture of David?
Nailed it.
Oh, that's
Thank you,
great.
Colm.
Oh, that's
I love
great.
it.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Colm. We appreciate your time and the efforts that you put out in drawing my face on the rocket ship. Now, we'd like to ask you one more question. Can you please, in 20 seconds, plug for whatever you want, your business, favorite charity, whatever you want? You got 20 seconds. It starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, Colm Fidgeon here, always on Instagram at Colm Fidgeon. But more importantly, it's a big planet. Life's not about me or any one person. I appreciate Dave and Steve having me here today, more so than anything else. Get connected, stay connected, give any bit of advice to anybody, follow up. And that goes for property managers. When a vendor calls you, give them the yay or the nay if they have the job or not, so they can move on to something else. All right, over and out, lads. You're awesome.
All right. We'll see you guys next Monday for another episode of Community Association Car Chat with David and Steve. Thanks again, Colm, for being here.
Thanks, Colm, and see you guys next week.